So, we're back now for I think the final exercise for your morning routine. So, previously in the two previous episodes, we had the consciousness kind of exercise strategy, in the A4 book, and then we had the quest of significance before that. Now, this last one is one that we've probably, you've probably heard a million times before, and probably at this point you're probably sick of hearing about them, from all the various different places that you kind of can get your self-development from, but it would be goals. So, once again, can you imagine we're going to get an exercise book of some sort? Doesn't have to be A4, it could be, one small little notepad like this, but what we're going to do every morning is we're going to write down our goals every single day. So this was 26th of July 2020 for me, and I'll just quickly read mine just so you can have an idea. So mine is build a health enterprise, because I'm a biostatistician, so I'm interested in healthcare and public health, and so I know at a certain point you can't expect the government to do everything. So I was kind of looking at some point in my life to make some sort of health related company, something that solves a problem for some people. Don't know exactly what it's going to be at the moment, but it's something I'm interested in. It's something I should work towards, you know what I mean? It's something that guides me. And I think that's what goals really do, is they kind of give you that direction and purposefulness, because if you work towards them, it feels good, right? So another one is learn R, which is a kind of a statistical programming language that I have to kind of use with my job and my general profession. Learn French. That's another one I've got down. I don't know why, I don't know when it happened, but at a certain point I was like, damn, well, I guess everyone knows French is a cool sounding language, so who doesn't want to speak French? So adopt a greyhound, and this ties in with the next one, buy a property. So I can't really buy a dog until I have my own property, because it's just difficult. It's best to have your own place when you want an animal or a pet or something, just because you don't have to deal with landlords and stuff like that. But the reason why I decided to adopt a greyhound was, one, they're really cheap, because my brother just bought a miniature dachshund, and it was something like $2,000 to $3,000, and I'm like, whoa, you haven't even bought dog food or any of the other stuff you need to do, vaccinating your dog and stuff like that. So $2,000 to $3,000 is a lot of money for a puppy, but hey, it was his choice and he made it, and he decided to buy a second one. That's how much he liked it. So, different strokes for different folks, but me, I'd rather rescue, ex-racing greyhound, where, because I feel like people have a fascination for always buying puppies because they're so cute. And look, they are cute, but I feel like, a greyhound deserves a nice home as well. And from what I was listening to, or from the information I was getting from the adoption people, is that black dogs, regardless of the breed, black dogs are the hardest ones to find adoption, people to adopt them because for whatever reason, people have it in their mind that black dogs are more aggressive than other colors of dogs from the same breed, which is completely ridiculous. And because actually what drives aggression is the type of breed, not the color, which is a whole nother thing. So, that's pretty whack. But then you move on to the next one, which is don't smoke. So, obviously I want to cut down my smoking because, it's going to kill me. So that's not good. Same thing with the next one, which is don't drink soft drinks. So I love soft drinks. I don't know what it was. I think it was just as a kid, my parents would never buy it for me. So then when I became an adult and I'd go to a fridge, at a, service station or at, anywhere out and about, I'd just be like, $3 for a bottle of Coke? Thank you, please. So, when it's that cheap and you've got your own money, it's a problem. And so that's something I have to deal with as well, and that's a goal for me to constantly work towards, as many days as possible, not drinking a soft drink or smoking. And the next one is finish masters. So I'm doing my masters in biostatistics. I've still got something 2 years left, because I'm working full time as well and doing the study part time. I can only do 1 to 2 subjects a semester, so it's taken me a while. But these are my goals, just to show you kind of what is driving me and what I'm focusing on. Whereas you will definitely have different goals. And the reason why we want to write it down every day, though, is it's just that it's a daily reminder of what we need to be focusing on. and we can go that extra step for forward. So let's say you don't know what your goals are. I think that's a good start as well. If you don't know what your goals are, what I'd recommend doing is write down, and I've done this on a blog post on my website, but I'll explain it here as well, just for quick response. So write like 4 or 5 things down that you really enjoy doing in life. It could be gardening, it could be, I don't know, swimming, whatever. Whatever you enjoy doing in life. Now, once you've got a list of about 4 or 5 things like that, you want to draw a second column next to your idea, like your 5 ideas. And in that second column, you want to write kind of like an idea, like some way that you can do that thing, the thing you enjoy, but in the second column, find a way that you can benefit the community via doing the thing you like. So, I don't know, swimming, gardening could be you open up a community garden or something. I don't know, you could come up with it on your own idea. And then I'd say after that, so once you've kind of settled on like 1 or 2 ways that you can potentially assist your community, what I'd say in a third column, what you can do is write like the next action, the very next action you could take to get that done, to do that thing that's going to help the community that is also, something you enjoy. So taking the community garden example, it could be, I don't know, researching your local council to find areas that, are open or available to be purchased or, renovated or redeployed as a kind of public works or something, or, like a community works project or something. So that could be somewhere where you start, or it could just be researching what plants you might want to include, or what's the common type of plants you want to include, and the best ones, and, for different seasons and stuff like that. Endless opportunities. You're going to have to come up with that on your own, because I can't give you all the answers because you're the one that's got it in your head. But I think this kind of technique and exercise, in conjunction with the other 2 I've already previously talked about, I think when you put them all together, it's not just like what each one does, it's the compounding interaction between the 3 of them. Because if you're writing your goals down, you're focusing on what you need to get done. Like what is driving you? What's your vision? If you're doing the consciousness thing, you're kind of getting all your thoughts out at the moment on paper and on a place that you can reference easily, and you're not going to lose, because it's not just going to slip your mind later because you've written it down, so it's there, it's cemented, so you can always refer back to it and you can see where your thoughts are at. And then the last one, the first one, which was the quotes, that then gives you the energy and the vibe, and that you can go about that day and, start actioning some of these, or, working towards these goals. So, yeah, all 3 of them together is, I think, what really kind of gets that compounding effect where you'll just see countless gains in your life. And I mean, this is something I've been doing for a very long time. This is my book for 2021, because the very first one I've got here is the 4th of January. Yeah, the 4th of January 2021. But I had one for 2019 and 2020, but I've obviously filled them up completely. So this is the one I've got going now. But yeah, I can just say, from doing these 3 techniques for, God, what would it be now? Maybe 2 to 3 years? For 2 to 3 years now, I have seen such performance and gains, and my focus has become a lot better. And like I said, with with the combination of the mindfulness and the quotes, and yeah, I don't really know what more to say, but just give it a shot. You'll try it at first, and you might not get a huge benefit from it, or you might not see it at first, but just stick with it, because it takes time. It's like an exponential thing. It starts out really slowly, but then eventually it just goes vertical when it comes to your growth and your return. So stick at it, trust me. It's worked for me, it's worked for others, and human beings are very much similar. Even though we're very diverse, we're very similar in a lot of ways, and I think if it's worked for me and it's worked for others, more than likely going to work for you. So give it a shot, and like I say, always subscribe, and if you have any questions or concerns, drop it down below in the comments, and I will kind of look into it and respond. So thank you.